Among the Democrats calling for Mayor Adams to be removed from office by Governor Hochul is Brooklyn Borough President Antonio Reynoso. He is the only borough president who has come out publicly and called for Adams' removal. After that Fox and Friends interview where the mayor sat down with Tom Homan on Friday, Reynoso tweeted this, saying, "It's very simple. Mayor Adams has to put this city and all of our people in jeopardy, or he has put all of us in jeopardy to save himself. Governor Hochul," he wrote, "must end this chaos and remove Eric Adams now." The borough president's with us in the studio. Good morning.
Good morning, Pat.
I was thinking of a sports analogy here. Was the decision for the mayor to sit down with that interview an unforced error, or maybe it wasn't unforced? Maybe he felt that he had no choice but to cooperate with the Trump administration that way.
Yeah, I don't think he thought he had a choice. And I think he thinks he's above it. I think he thinks he's politically untouchable. And I think what he's finding out right now, the city of New York has made it very clear that we have a certain ideology, a certain way we do things in New York, and that's not it. And he's finding out the hard way that maybe that's not something he should have done.
Untouchable in that he believes that he has a bunch of supporters out there who have just been silent?
Yeah, I think Trump has really jaded a lot of elected officials in this country, I want to say, but in New York City, to think that he can move around and do as he wishes and we would suffer no repercussions. That's only something Trump has been able to do in our history here. And I think he saw himself within that level or that air where, hey, maybe I could walk around and do what I want, say what I want, and never be held accountable for it. And we're showing him different.
Yeah, we see the way Trump soaks up all of the media oxygen, and they have really taken the phrase "sanctuary city" and boiled that down into something that is meant to be negative in every reference.
But you were hoping from that interview that he would stand up for New York as a sanctuary city.
Yeah,
in all of the ways that means.
Exactly. I thought that maybe he would take some time and say, hey, I want to really clarify to the city of New York, this is what sanctuary city means. It's an example where a pregnant woman who is undocumented can walk into a public hospital and get her monthly checkups before she has the baby, which is deeply important for maternal health. A mother who sees a kid struggling in school, who has birthright citizenship, can walk into that school and talk to a teacher without fear of deportation. And even worse, if a woman is suffering through domestic violence, can walk into a precinct and not worry that her information is going to get out to ICE. That's what sanctuary city does.
But it's been flattened in conservative media discussion to just mean a city that is harboring criminals.
Right, which is not what we do. Now in Rikers Island, there are people that are awaiting trial. Should, through that trial, they are found guilty, would absolutely be deported, like every other case that happens in the city of New York. We were already doing that, and we would have continued to do that.
If Governor Hochul were to telegraph to Eric Adams that she is about to remove him from office, would pride have him say, wait a minute, I will resign rather than be removed? Do you think we would get to that point?
I'm not sure. The threshold here is, it's unusual. It's all unusual. At this point, there's never been an inability committee that has met. There's never been a governor that has removed a mayor in the history of the city of New York. And both things are being considered right now, and this mayor is still holding the line. And it's just so apparent. At one point, we were talking about it as maybe this mayor is in cahoots with the Trump administration. But then after we see all the DOJ officials leave, and they leave the messages that they leave are that this was actually what he did. He's absolutely selling us out. I think at that point he would have said, you know what, there's too much going down. He's lost a lot of strong allies within his administration are gone, either through indictments or through the resignations. And now people that can actually do the job. We're talking about great career elected bureaucrats, I want to call them respectfully.
Public servants.
Public servants, there you go. But they do a great job. We're talking about high-level people that know what they're doing. They're gone. And who's left doing the work for the city of New York? And it's a big concern.
You were sitting here at the beginning of the hour and we had that clip from the mayor yesterday, again being defiant. I want to play it one more time.
It's not new, come on, let's go back. When I was indicted, I remember what happened. People departed.
How does he not see what everybody else sees?
There's delusion. It's an ego thing. You need a little bit of an ego to be an elected official, Pat. And let me tell you this, at this point, it just really feels like he's blinded by his own self-value and what he sees himself. And
we also don't know what he's been told by the federal government in terms of how much they would have his back in some kind of situation.
The calendar is pretty crazy. If he either resigns or is removed, you've got Jumaane Williams taking over briefly.
Right.
A special election.
Right.
A primary within weeks. It all depends exactly when this is all triggered.
Right.
And then a general election. What does that mean to New Yorkers?
More madness. It's chaos onto chaos. You know, I think there is a way to have a conversation about ensuring that should the resignation happen, that we can have the special election and the primary and the general all happen at the same time. Like, not the general, but we can line it up so that there is no special, for example, because it's just too close to it. We don't want to vote for a special election, have a mayor for 3 weeks, and then have a primary. I think there's a way to do this where we can all save the city some money and bring some level of normalcy into the work that we're doing at this moment. So there is that way. And it happens after petitioning too. There is a time that after that clock hits, if he resigns thereafter, it would just move forward with Jumaane being the mayor, the interim mayor until the primary. 3
months from now, is Eric Adams still mayor?
I'm not a betting man, but I just don't see it. I don't see it.
Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your communities, click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV for the latest news and weather updates every 10 minutes and more. We'll see you then.